Hey, my name is Mac Barreca. I graduated with my bachelor's in industrial and labor relations in May of 2020. While I was at the ILR school, I was very involved in the Scheinman Institute. I was a founding member and an officer of the Conflict Resolution Club, um, ending my tenure there as director of education. I also was a very big participant in the campus mediation program. I was a campus mediator for a couple semesters and worked really closely with Katrina Nobles and Rocco Scanza in that program, and then took pretty much every course that I could from our various distinguished faculty members in the Scheinman Institute, and just learned everything I could about practical conflict resolution skills and conflict management. Since graduating, I have since taken up a position as a healthcare crimes investigator in the Medicaid fraud division of the Massachusetts Attorney General's office, handling both civil and criminal cases. Um, it's a very interesting job, and I use what I learned at the Scheinman Institute every single day of my work. We handle very complex and sometimes very upsetting conversations with people, and it's important to sort of have that conflict management lens going into all those conversations to make sure that we're producing good outcomes and getting good information from people while also maintaining relationships. So I use what I learned every day and will continue to do so. So I guess to get a little more specific about how I use my conflict resolution background um, in my work as an investigator at the AG's office in Massachusetts, it really does just come down to dealing with people. Dealing with people is a major part of my job. Both, it could be anything from interviews to testifying in open court to testifying in front of a grand jury. We have to present to people all the time, and we have to present well, and we have to present in a way that they can understand. But I think probably the best example I could give is when fielding complaints from members of the public. We obviously have a sort of duty or responsibility to answer to the constituency. And so when someone feels like they've experienced some sort of healthcare fraud or they've experienced abuse or neglect in a healthcare setting, um, and they file a complaint with us, and oftentimes we will contact that person back and try to get a better understanding of what happened, and sometimes those cases don't get opened for any number of reasons. Very commonly, it's just because we're not the right agency to look into it, and so we'll be referring them to someone else. But having those conversations and saying, we won't be, handling this case, and here's why, or here's who you should go to and why, and um, people still feel like they haven't been heard a lot of the time when that happens, and so being able to have those conversations and being able to sort of mirror the emotion and let them understand that I understand, and have an emotionally charged conversation in sort of an emotionally neutral way, which I think is something that a good mediator does too. That's vitally important to the work that I do every day. And it's something that I wouldn't feel nearly as comfortable doing without my training at the Scheinman Institute.